Hello and congratulations on getting access to this video course, which is Jvzoo Conversion Secrets, and the whole premise of this is to help you boost your sales using these 15-minute methods within jvzoo.com. Now, the way that I'm going to lay this video course out is I'm going to talk briefly about the strategies itself first, and once you understand the strategies and how they work and why you need to do them, and do it a certain way, then I will dive into jvzoo.com and then I'll show you how to actually implement these strategies. So the reason why I'm premising this as 15-minute methods is because I feel like a lot of video courses, they drag on and on and on to the point that you don't actually take action. So I want you to take action, I want you to succeed, and that's the whole goal of this video course. Super simple and easy 15-minute methods that you can really implement right away. So that's what we're going to do, and let's jump right in. So this is going to be, of course, video number 1, and this is the introduction. And just a quick note, all the strategies that are discussed in this video course have been time tested well over a decade's time, so they work. So even though they might seem simple, just don't overlook them. All right. So quick mindset here. Yes, they might seem simple, perhaps too basic, but do not overlook them. Make sure that you implement them. Take 15 minutes of your time or 30 minutes of your time or even an hour of your time and just implement them. Some of you might take 5 minutes. Some of you might take 15. Some of you might take 30, and that's totally fine. The whole idea is just to get them done, get them set up, and get them rolling. All right. So don't think too much about it either. Keep it simple. Stick to the basics, which I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to keep it straight to the point, talk about the strategies first, and then we'll dive into actually how to implement them via Jvzoo. And that's the way I've set things up. So I want you to understand the method first, and then you will learn how to implement it the right way. A lot of times we're taught, okay, this is what you need to do, or this is how to do it, but there's no premise on why it is done the way it's done, right? So I want you to understand why before we actually show you how. That way it makes all sense in your mind, and that way when you actually implement it, it's just a lot easier. So what I want to do now is give you a quick overview of the video course itself so you know exactly what to expect. Obviously, this is video number 1, which is the introduction. Video number 2, we're going to talk about why scarcity. So all the strategies within this video course is all going to be done by scarcity, which is getting people into a frenzy of, I got to take action now before I lose out on this deal. So all of these strategies deal with scarcity. Scarcity works really, really well as long as you're being genuine, you're being truthful to your word, and at the end of the day, it works really well. And video number 3, we're going to talk about time-limited discount specials. So I've broken things up into kind of different strategies, different angles, so that way you will have an idea of, okay, I want to go this route and I want to go this route. All right, so we're going to have different avenues within different strategies, and I'll talk about how to actually implement these different avenues via jvzoo.com. Video number 4, we're going to talk about customer-only coupon discounts. Number 5, we're going to talk about joint venture private promotions. Number 6, we're going to talk about price increases. Video number 7, we're going to talk about automatic price bumps. So there's a place and time to utilize these specific strategies. And of course, last but not least, video number 8, we'll talk about automatic dime sales, which most of you will probably be very familiar with this. But that said, here's what you need to get started. All right, so first things first, obviously you're going to need to have a jvzoo.com account. So if you don't have one, go ahead and go to jvzoo.com and go ahead and create an account. And in this case, you will need to create a vendor or seller's account. You will also need to have a PayPal account or a Stripe account because you can't take payments unless you have a payment processor, right? So if you don't have an account, go to paypal.com or stripe.com. The difference is PayPal accepts, PayPal, obviously. people with PayPal accounts can pay you. And with Stripe, it's primarily just for credit cards only, but it's good to have both because a lot of times some people have a PayPal account, but some people will not have money in their PayPal account and they do have a credit card. So if you have and you're accepting both, then guess what? You will be able to accept the payments. You won't lose out on actual money. We've actually tested things out and realized over the years that if you do not have both, you will be losing sometimes 10% or even 20% just by not having a Stripe account. And then, of course, last but not least, you will need to have a digital product ready to sell. So I'm going to assume that you already have, your digital product set up, ready to go, and you're already selling. Maybe you are selling it, but it's not doing as good. So this is kind of the condition that we have because we're not going to show you how to set things up or anything like that. It's primarily how to increase your sales. All right. So let's get ready and let's go to the next video. Okay, so welcome back. This is video number 2, and we're going to just dive in and we're going to talk about why scarcity. So I briefly touched base earlier about that all the strategies, all the methods that we will be talking about in this video course will be based on scarcity. So I want to tell you why we're going to do that, and then we're going to dive into the actual strategies, and then I'll show you how to actually implement them. All right, so before we jump in and discuss what features are helpful in boosting your sales, you really need to understand the reasoning behind it. That way your mind understands why, the what's, how to do it properly, and then when we actually implement it, you'll more likely be able to succeed. All right, so that's the whole goal here. Well, features are simply features within Jvzoo.com. Not understanding why and where to use them will actually hurt you in the long run. So unless you understand how to use them correctly, you're not going to be as effective. And that's my goal. So let's jump in and get down into the basics. So while yes, you could implement things like one-time offers, which one-time offer is a method of scarcity because you only offer them one time, typically after somebody buys your front-end offer. While yes, you could use these to implement and increase your sales, and in fact, we've tested it out where the more products that are actually related to your front-end offer, that can actually boost your sales. This is not what you're going to learn today. What I really want you to do is just implement something simple, 15 minutes as possible. So to see more people succeed, we want to show you something easy. So that really got me thinking, all right, so what is the best way to boost your sales for your existing or future products without having to spend hours upon hours setting up one-time offers? Because yes, setting up one-time offers can almost take hours or even half a day. So I really want to see more and more people succeed. So that's what I thought, all right, let's focus on scarcity strategies. So let's call these the 15-minute fast and easy tweaks to save you time. Now, in our experience, the best way isn't through some fancy strategy. It's through really basic fundamental strategies that have worked for us repeatedly over and over again. These are the same strategies that work for big corporations, and these are just strategies that you can use that are applied to Jvzoo. So these are strategies that we have tested time and time over and over again, and we have used them over ourselves as well over and over again. So this is not theory here. All right, so I want you to know that, because knowing that it works for us, knowing that it may work for you, we can't guarantee that, obviously, because there are many different variables. But if it's worked for us over and again, then it's duplicatable, meaning that if it works for us, we can apply it to our other businesses and it works. Now, to boost sales is, in our case, in this case, is done through scarcity, or in other words, offering a special discount or a special offer for a limited amount of time. But at the same time, you need to be truthful. You need to make sure that when you say that, like, let's say you're going to do a 72-hour discount, make sure that you stay true to your word and that you end it when the 72 hours ends. Now, you're going to have a few stragglers that come in, and you can maybe extend it at a future or later date. But if you end it when you tell people that you're going to end it, usually a lot of times it'll end at 12 a.m. midnight. Then you might have some people come in at a later hour, and that's fine. But try to end it around that time that you say you will end it and stay true to your word, because the next time you do it, it'll actually be better because people will take you more seriously and they will actually buy immediately. So you might lose sales in the beginning when you do that, but that's fine because what you're doing is you're conditioning people to know that you are actually going to end it when you say you are going to end it. And that's the best thing, is you are making money by being ethical and truthful. You do not have to scam people. You do not have to do any of that. In fact, I don't recommend doing that. So be truthful and be honest. And that's a great way to run your business. And because a lot of people will tell you otherwise, but at the end of the day, it works. All right. So the way this course is formatted is, like I said, we'll discuss the method first, and then I'm going to show you how to implement the method after that. So that way it's not overwhelming. You'll take action and you'll feel great about yourself when you actually check it off the list and say, wow, I actually implemented this in my funnel. That's more than I did, in the past day or week. So let's get to the next video and talk about the first method. Okay, so welcome to video number 3. And we're going to dive straight in and talk about time-limited discount specials. So just as the title states, you're going to be offering a time-limited offer at a discount rate. And there are different avenues that you can take to achieve this. So let's dive in. Typically, we have seen 72-hour specials go really, really well. But I would say keep it at 72 hours max. We've tested over that time, more than that time, even a week. And I found that anything longer than that actually takes away from the scarcity. So a lot of times, most of your sales will come in the beginning, the middle, and at the very end. Usually, most of your sales will come at the very end. So we've tested 72 hours. That really works really well. And even 48-hour specials are even better, especially if they come out of the blue. Now, one question I know many of you will probably be asking is, wouldn't you lose sales if the hours are less? And yeah, that's the same thing that I even thought about as well. But the reality is that 72 hours is actually too long, in my opinion. And the reason why is because a lot of times people forget. People are busy. So unless you're emailing your list over and over and over again, they're going to forget, right? So 72 hours, typically you want to email them the first day, middle of the launch, and then of course the last day you want to email them as well to remind them. But if you're a whole week, 7 days, you're going to email them beginning. Typically you want to email them on the second day. And then you're going to have the day 3, 4, 5, 6 all empty. And by that point, people will have forgotten, right? So typically with those runs, and that's fine. 7 days is fine if you want to do it that way. Just keep in mind you're going to have to email your list a little bit more. First day, second day, typically the middle of the week, and of course day 6 and day 7. Typically you want to email them 48 hours before, 24 hours before, and then of course that day. So while yes, that is the normal thought process, and you could possibly lose some initially, but as long as you stay true to your word, your customers are going to take you more seriously the next time around. So if you do this like a month later, and people that lose out on that initial deal, they're definitely going to take you more seriously the next time. In fact, you might have a lot of people ask you, hey, can I get in? Maybe I was out of town or something like that. And you can actually make sales later down the road. All right. So we've done this in a variety of niches as well. It works well in business. It works well in other non-business related niches. Works really well, especially with B2C type stuff. You see that in Black Friday sales, right? People are standing in line. You see people that are literally coming at 5 a.m. in the morning or even 1 a.m. in the morning just to get a really good deal. And think about it. The reason why is because those deals never come unless they're on Black Friday, which is a yearly thing. So for those of you who are not aware of Black Friday, it's a thing in America that a lot of stores do. And what they do is every year they will discount their prices so low that their whole goal is to get people through the door. And it's so crazy that people go crazy. Even I buy things on Black Friday because you save a lot of money. So same thought process here. Yes, you might lose some money, but at the end of the day, people will remember. And next time you do it, whenever you do it, then they're going to take you more seriously and you're going to make a lot more money. Now, you could use a countdown timer, which I highly recommend that you do. I'm not really going to name any countdown timer because there are many out there, but you can just go to Google, type in countdown timer, and you'll find the ones that you need. All you need is a simple countdown timer, nothing fancy. You don't need all the fancy softwares or anything like that. Just something that says 72 hours and it counts down, and that's all you really need. Now let's discuss the different avenues that you can take. So these are different avenues. So you can pick one, you can pick two. I recommend that you just pick one for now and then implement the one later on at a later date if you want to do that. But avenue number one is coupon discounts for your customers. So let's say you have a product that is $77. You could offer a time-limited $20 off coupon that expires within 72 hours. This works really well. Or you could do it manually, meaning you started at $77 and then let's say that you bump it down, to overall site-wide to, let's say, $20 cheaper than that, which is $57. And then at a certain time and date, you can bump it up. Now, if you do this manually, you could actually use this with a time sale, which I'm going to talk about later on. But this is really good because coupons really, really work. You give somebody an actual coupon that they enter into the actual shopping cart. And because they're taking that action, they're more likely to actually buy. Now, if it's automatic and you just bump it down automatically, that will actually save people from entering the coupon. So just make sure that if you use a coupon, you sync the coupon with the countdown timer. So meaning if you end the countdown timer at such and such date and time, you also terminate the coupon, which you can do automatically within Jvzoo. And the nice thing about Jvzoo is there are other options, and you can also make a coupon discount for everything in your funnel. So you could do $20 off every single thing inside of your funnel and not just the front end offer itself. And I'll show you how to implement all that later down the road. So the only difference between the previous one and this one is that with the JV promotions, you're basically making a time limited discount for that particular JV or affiliate. So that means your front end offer is going to stay the same. Everybody else is going to see it. So behind the scenes, you're going to have a different page set up for that particular JV or affiliate, and you're going to do something like a 72-hour special. So in other words, you're giving a discount just for their subscriber list. So anybody who goes to your front page, they're going to see, let's say, for example, the previous example, they're going to see that as $77. But you're going to have a different landing page, a different duplicate of the sales page where your JV is going to send their traffic to, and they're going to see a discount just for that page. Now, once you figure out the sweet spot or the right discount, you can run these on a consistent basis. And these are basically private promotions, and they work really well because if somebody goes to the front page, it's $77 versus they're going to go to this special landing page that's $20 off. So these work really, really well, and you can run these and make a lot of money with this, but just don't overdo it. Just make sure that, keep in mind that if you're in this very similar niche and you got all these people with overlapping lists with different subscribers on them, those subscribers are going to see these promotions on and on and on. And if you overdo it, these subscribers will not take you seriously. So keep that in mind. You know, a lot of people have lists that are overlapping. So that's something that you really need to think about. So now that you understand this, let me show you how to implement them in the next few videos. Hello and welcome to video number 4. Let's dive in, and we're going to talk about customer only coupon discount. So this is avenue number 1, which we talked about in the previous video. And the whole premise of this video is actually show you how to implement it within Jvzoo.com and how the system works. So let me go ahead and go over to Jvzoo.com and show you how to implement this. Okay, so to get here, all you have to do is log into your Jvzoo.com account. Under sellers, you want to click that and go to coupons. So if you click that, you're going to get to this page. And all you have to do is simply click on add a coupon, and then you're going to see new coupon. So let me walk you through step by step so you know exactly how to use the different features and all that. So first things first is going to say funnel. Now you're not going to click this unless you want to apply the coupon to the whole funnel. So if you're just mainly trying to do it to the front end offer, then you would select the product here and you actually select the product, right? So obviously you will need to know the name of the product to do that, and you just select the product and you're good to go, and then you name it. So if you select the funnel, however, you would have to have the funnel created, and then keep in mind that would apply it to the whole funnel. So you choose the product and then you would name the coupon. So typically what I like to do is I like to name it by either what I'm trying to do. So if it is a private promo, I will do like private promo, the name of the joint venture. And if it's like a generic coupon, like I'll generally name it whatever I'm trying to do. So if I'm scanning through, eventually you're going to have a lot of coupons and you're going to not really going to know what coupon is what coupon. So naming it what you are trying to do, like the strategy or the method involved, usually will help. So you want to try to either do that, or you want to create a naming convention of private promo name, right? Or pre-launch coupon for what product, right? And then of course the customer discount is going to be the actual coupon itself. So let me go ahead and do this. Let's say we'll do generic coupon. We'll do, let's say, Thanksgiving 2017 or something. So what you can do here, we can say thanks 17 or something. Or you could do thanks 20 as like $20 off. So the discount, you can either discount it by dollar amount or percent. So if you want to do 50% off, you could just do 50% off. Or the dollar amount, which is, $20 off. So keep in mind that if you do percentage, you need to make sure that the percentage sign is after the number. If you're doing the dollar sign needs to be before the number. But if you just put like 50, nothing's going to happen. You're going to get an error message, and I'll just show it to you right now. If you do 50, click Save Coupon, it'll actually give you an error, and it'll tell you what to do. It says discount must be formatted in dollar sign number or number percent sign. So basically what I told you. So let's say in this case, we're going to do $20 off, and then max usages basically means how many times can this coupon be used. So if you only want to offer it for the first 100 people, you would do 100, right? And you would explicitly need to say that on your sales page. So if it passes, right? So normally what I do is I do max uses, I'll do 99999 because that just makes it unlimited. Now you can do a beginning date and an end date. So let's say, for example, like today is October 28th, 2017. And let's say that we want to do it another date. So October, it's almost October, end of October now. So let's do November 1st. And we can also change the actual time over here. Now, keep in mind, this is operating on EST in this case. So you're going to want to check EST and the time zone there. So once you're done, you just click on Save Coupon and that's it. Hello and welcome back. This is video number 5 and let's go ahead and dive in. This is going to be joint venture private promotions. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to implement avenue number 1, which is JV promotions. So let's go ahead and do this. Now, before I jump into jvzoo.com, basically what you want to do is, in order to do this effectively, you will need to recreate and duplicate your funnel. And while that might seem a little bit of time to do, yes, it is. These things could potentially make you a lot of money. So who cares if it takes you time, right? So in order to do this, there are obviously 2 different ways that you can do it. You can either set up a coupon just for them, but if you set up a coupon, you're going to be sending them to the main page, right? So yes, they get a coupon, but you really can't customize that page. You can't really put a countdown timer on that page because everybody else is going to see it. So unless you're doing a launch for everybody, that doesn't really make a lot of sense, right? So in order to do this effectively, you're going to need to duplicate all the pages in your funnel and then create a separate folder and put all the pages in a folder so you don't mix it up with your main page. And then you're going to need to customize that page. You're going to need to say this offer is only for such and such subscribers. So let's say, for example, the subscribers are coming from John Smith. We'll just use that as an example. You can say $20 discount only for John Smith subscribers. So that way, when they land on the page, it feels more customized towards them. And you can put the countdown timer, 72 hours, and there you go. So when you do this, you will need to set up a JV contract. And I'll show you how to do that, assuming that you know how to duplicate your funnel pages on all that. It's simply just duplicate them. The only thing that needs to change is you need to set up a JV contract to do that. So JV contracts tend to be a little bit more appealing, especially to big list owners, simply because they are guaranteed that they will be credited the sale for anyone they send to a page or buys through that link. So basically what that means is that typically as an affiliate, somebody could send their list to your front page. Now, they are really hoping that somebody doesn't delete their cookies. So if somebody deletes their cookies, they are not going to get the sale. Now, if you set up a Jvzoo JV contract and you put them on the contract, then any sale that they refer to that page, even if somebody else come to that page, they are credited. So as an affiliate, as a joint venture partner, they are going to take you a lot more seriously. They are more likely to push harder because they know that they are not going to lose money. And that's something that all affiliates, think about. We think about, we're going to send so-and-so as much traffic as possible, but we're going to lose that traffic. We're going to lose that sale. So if you can kind of fill those holes up, it's going to make you more sales. They're going to push harder. So let's go ahead and go to jvzoo.com and let me show you how to actually implement everything. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to set up a JV contract. Now, in order to do that, you go to sellers, click on JVs, and up at the top, you're going to see a big orange button, just like the other Jvzoo buttons, like add a product. You're going to see a button that says add a JV agreement. And you're going to go ahead and click that link, and you're going to get to this page here. So super easy. And basically, let me walk you through. What I've done here is I've gone ahead and written out the name, because I want you to get in the habit of getting creative and knowing your naming conventions. Meaning, if you're going to look at a JV contract, and over the years you might have tons of JV contracts, you need to know what they are, why they were created. So what I normally do is I type in private promo. If it is a private promo, I type in the name of the JV, and then I type in the product funnel, if that's what the contract is all about. So just like a coupon, you can select the individual products. So obviously to this point, you will need to have created a duplicate of the funnel and created new buy buttons and all of that, new products and all of that. And the reason why you have to go through all of that is because in order to set up a JV agreement, you can't do that on an existing product. So that's a different topic for a different day. I'm mainly focusing on the JV contract itself, but I'm telling you what you need to do, which is duplicate the funnel pages, the different products, set up brand new products, and all of that. Yes, it can take time. It can take a couple hours to even half a day realistically, but this is an opportunity to make even more money. So once you set things up like a brand new product, a brand new funnel, then you can set up a JV contract. Now, you can either set them up individually. If you set up specific products, like here, you select a product, you'll have to set up a JV contract for every single product, right? So you can do that. Or the easier way is you can say every product in the funnel and select the funnel here. So that's the easier route, assuming that you have set up everything in the funnel, you've duplicated the pages, you have set up custom the buttons that are associated with the products, and you only need to create one JV agreement in this case and select the funnel here, and you're good to go. Now, there are several different types of JV agreements. There's percentage profit share, price share, flat fee per sale, percentage affiliate consultant, or flat fee affiliate consultant. So let me explain to you the differences between each of these. So percentage profit share is going to be, you're going to get a percentage based on the profit itself. So after you subtract all the fees and all the net, the leftover profit or net is the percentage. So let's say if out of $100 sale, you got fees and all that, and the fees and all that is $10. So the leftover is going to be $90, right? So let's say you're going to have a partner and you're going to give them 50%, you're going to get 50% profit share. In that case, it's going to split the $90 in half and give them the 45, and you're going to keep the 45. That's the profit share. The percentage price share is based on the price. So if they come in, they sell $100 price, they get $50, and you're not going to get $50. You're going to have to incur the fees and everything like that. So after the fees and all that, you get that amount left, right? So flat fee per sale will be an actual dollar amount. So $25 for every single sale. And then of course, percentage affiliate consultant will be like a JV broker. If they refer like a JV, then maybe they get like 10% every sale. So you could do 10% or a flat fee. So the next item is the Jvzoo JV affiliate ID. And you're not going to be able to know this. You're going to have to ask your JV for their affiliate ID. All they have to do is log into their Jvzoo account, go to the settings in the profile, and they'll be able to get the ID and send it over to you. But this is not something that you're going to be able to get and search for. So typically it's going to be percentage profit share. You can enter the amount here. You got date and range, which is optional. Typically, I don't even mess with any of these at all. But these are options that you can use if you want to do so, like max earnings or max sales. I typically don't touch that because I want the affiliate or the JV to earn as many sales, as many earnings as possible. And that's it. When you're done, click on Save JV Agreement and you're good to go. All right, so welcome to video number 6, and we're going to talk about price increases, which is a different method, and there are going to be 2 different avenues as well that you can take. So while this can be somewhat similar because of the scarcity angle, what we're doing is focusing on automation and product-wide price increases. So instead of having, a private promotion, this is going to impact the whole site. This is going to impact the whole product. All right. So this is really good for things like pre-launches or even product launches, public product launches. So these increase the overall product price. All right. This method works wonders and has really made tons of sales in a variety of niches, B2B and B2C. We've tested it in many different niches. And what it does is it creates a site-wide frenzy, and when people come back later, the price will have risen. So let's talk about avenue number 1 within this specific method, which is one-time price bumps. This method will impact the overall product price. So let me explain in a little bit more detail. So the reason why you're going to want to use this method is if you set the price, let's say, for example, you're doing a pre-launch phase. So before you actually launch the product to the public, let's say, for example, that you have the price at $27. So let's say, for example, you're selling a digital product, $27 as the pre-launch price. And you tell your list, you say, I am going to increase the price to $37 in 1 week on such and such day and time. Now, typically back in the day, you would have to wait till that exact moment and you would have to increase the price. Now with Jvzoo.com, you can actually set it to automatically increase the whole price for that particular product, which makes life easier, especially if you're away and you're on vacation, or even if you're running errands or something. That way it can automatically happen. And this works really well because in your customer's mind, saving even just $10 is a lot of money and you can tap into that scarcity. So let's say in another week, you decide to raise it again to $47. So you can do that again with Jvzoo. The next avenue number 2, which you can take, is dime sales. I'm sure you've heard of these as they're very, very popular. But just in case you haven't and this is all new to you, basically this is how it all works. Let's say that you start your price at $10. You can then tell the system for every X sales, you can increase the price by a dime, basically 10 cents, for example. So by X, you could say for every 10 sales, increase the price by 10 cents. Or you could even say for every 1 sale, increase the price by 10 cents. So you have that option to increase it incrementally by a number of sales. So whenever the system detects a sale and your prospects see that people are buying, you're tapping into the herd mentality. And that's why this works really, really well. So what you're doing is you're tapping into that. People are buying. People are seeing that other people are buying because they see that price is increasing. So this must be good, right? And if you think about it, in other methods, people really can't see other people are buying it, right? In other methods like the coupons, people don't know if other people are buying it. But with dime sales, you explicitly tell people, hey, this is going to increase for every amount of buyers, right? So you're tapping into that herd mentality, which you can't do with the other methods. And that's why it makes it so powerful. So now that we've covered these 2 avenues, let me show you how to implement them right away. And these literally are super easy. They should take less than literally 1 minute to implement. All right, so welcome to video number 7, and we're going to talk about automatic price bumps. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to implement avenue number 1, which we talked about in the previous video. So let's go ahead and do this. So to do this, you will need to go inside your ad product settings. So in other words, when you're adding a product to jvzoo.com, you will see this particular setting within this area. All right, so let's go ahead and go to jvzoo.com and let me show you how it works. Okay, so to get to this page, you'll need to log into your jvzoo.com account. Like I said, go to sellers and go to sellers dashboard. And up at the top right hand corner, you're going to see a big orange button that says add a product. Click that and you'll get to this page. Now, the user interface changes, so it could change at a later date, but all these settings are pretty much the same. So you can enter the product name, all of this information, the description, the product price, and all that. Now, typically back in the day, you would have to go and wait for that time. Let's say we move it from $27 to $37. So you would have to wait for that time, that very minute, sometimes wait at midnight or after midnight. And then of course you would have to switch the product price to $37 and click save. So you could still do that if you want to. But let's say it's $27 and let's scroll down and you're going to see time sale. So this is what we call a time sale. Now, different platforms are different, and you can use this in different platforms as well if they have this. But it says, would you like to create a time sale? Click on yes. And then you can specify the date and the price. So it says time sale sets a schedule for price and it overrides it. The schedule date and time shown below. Okay, so let's say for example that I want to set from 27 to bump it up to 37. So we'll put 37 here. And let's say, for example, like today is October 28th, obviously. So let's say, for example, in 1 week's time, I'm going to bump it up at midnight. So we'll set that time here. And there we go. So we add one here. So let's say, for example, after that, maybe 2 weeks later, we want to bump it up to $47. Now, obviously, in your marketing materials and your sales promos, you're going to need to let people know this. So you might want to put this on your sales page. So you click add there. And that way, instead of going back and do it manually, you can actually do it automatically. And everything is automated and you are good to go. All right, congratulations. You've reached the end of this video course. This is going to be the last video, which is video number 8. And we're going to talk about automatic dime sales. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to implement the avenue number 2, which is dime sales. Now, to do this, just like the previous video, you're going to need to go inside of your ad product settings, and you're going to actually see the feature in there. You might have seen that earlier, but I'm going to dive into it so that you know exactly how to use it. So let's go ahead and go to jvzoo.com, and let me go ahead and show you how. Okay, same thing in this video as the previous video. To get here, just go to Sellers and click on Sellers Dashboard. Click on Add a Product and you will get to this page. Now, to get to the dime sales, you'll edit your product as usual and you'll scroll down and it says, yes, I would like to make a dime sale. Check this box and you can put the starting price and then increase it every so much. So let's say, for example, that I want the product price to start at, let's say, $10. So I found the sweet spot for a lot of products tend to be $27 to $37. Once you've moved past like 47 or 67, it begins to slow to a crawl. So keep that in mind that you want to start low, but not too low that you will devalue your product as well. So let's do $10. We'll increase it by how much? So we'll increase it by 10 cents for every one sale. The problem but with doing this for every one is for every 10 sales, that's $1, right? So if you have so many sales, this price is going to bump up faster, right? So you might want to do something like every 20 sales or every 30 sales and do it that way. So that's just something to think about and strategize before you actually set it up. Start low, move it up slowly, but move it up enough that you can also know that, okay, it's going to rapidly increase, that people can actually see it, and it's tapping into that herd mentality. Now, if you notice that it's increasing too fast, you can always come back in here and you can say for every like 50 sales and go from there. But as long as you can tap into the herd mentality and people can see that the price is increasing even by a few cents, that will actually help your sales in the long run. And that's it.